Thank you, Congresswoman Fletcher, for the introduction. I want to thank you for all being here today. Let's be clear about what's happening here. What Republicans are doing in Texas and other states is a 5-alarm fire for our democracy, for our constituents, and for our country. This redistricting scheme is about Republicans clinging to power by cheating voters out of fair representation. Republicans just passed a bill that kicks millions of people off their health care, off of Medicaid, and to fund tax cuts for billionaires. They passed a bill that takes food away from hungry kids and families, and from our veterans and from our seniors. If you ask anyone, this bill is so unpopular. The American people hate it. They don't want it. And in a representative democracy, that should matter to the Republicans that are in power. But they don't care. And it's important that we ask ourselves why. Why don't they care that the American people hate their bill, hate their policies, and hate their initiatives? And that's because even though it's so unpopular, even though they know it will cost them seats in the next election, they have a plan to rig the system to make sure that their Republicans don't have to face the wrath of their voters at the ballot box. They're more afraid of a tweet of one man than the wrath of their voters at the ballot box. And so what they're going to do, they're going to crack up, split up, and break apart fair congressional districts. It's one of the most shameful abuses of power we've seen in Texas in a generation. And make no mistake, this is a racial gerrymander, plain and simple. To squeeze out 5 more Republican congressional seats, Republicans are leading the way in weakening the voices of Black, Latino, and Asian Texans, minority communities which are already targeted and disenfranchised by one of the most racially gerrymandered congressional maps in the country. This is a direct assault on the voting power of millions of Texans whose voices matter every bit as much as anyone else who serves in this chamber. Our voters, Democrat, Republican, and Independent alike, deserve real representation. They deserve to choose their leaders, not us choosing our voters. They deserve congressional lines that lift up communities, not carve them apart block by block to keep one party in power forever. Redistricting happens every 10 years. You count the people, you draw the lines. That's it. But this scheme throws that bedrock principle out of the window just to protect Republicans at the cost of breaking our democracy. You know, I served 3 terms in the Texas state legislature, including when we redistricted the state based on the last census data just a few years ago. I know that Republicans in the state legislature swore oath under affidavits, in depositions, in court proceedings during litigation that the drawing of the maps that they produced were race neutral. They were fair, and they were in the best interest of the state. And now they're saying they need to be racially redrawn. So my question is, are they lying then or are they lying now? Which is it? Texans have a right to know. So here we are today to say that we are going to fight this with everything we have. We're going to fight this through the courts. We're going to fight this in the state legislature. And yes, if Texans go through with this power grab, then every other state with Democratic trifecta should do the same. If this is how Republicans are going to pay ball, then Democrats will be right there. And I promise you this, no matter what the maps look like, we will not back down, we will not be silenced, and we will not stop fighting for a Texas where every single person, no matter their race or their background, has their vote counted and their voice heard. And now I'd like to introduce from South Texas, my friend Representative Vicente Gonzalez.